even when you say like I feel shy saying this, I don't think you're gonna like consistently be able to like escalate um well early with women if you like feel shy about saying the experiences themselves. Like comments
This is
like
the
this,
part,
and
this is the part where I could start saying the same to you and saying, I don't
no,
really
sure,
know.
I don't mind, you can.
Like, this is the part where I could start pointing out that on the last debate, you said that
Yeah,
if a girl says that it's that time of month for her, you say, oh, don't worry, I have towels.
yeah,
What?
100% I'd do that. Yeah.
That, I don't know, man. So can you
What's wrong with
explain that
that?
one to me? Explain that.
Yeah. Wait, what do you want me to explain?
Explain it. So if there's an
So,
objection
okay.
that comes
And
up,
if a
so
girl
first of all,
has,
tell me how that
yeah,
even starts. You say to a woman, "Hey, I want you to come back to my place," and she says, "Sorry, I'm on my period," and then you say, "Don't worry, I have towels." Because you're talking
yes,
about like you think that I'm
exactly how it goes.
demonstrating some inexperience over here. This
Yes.
reminds me of a
The fact
conversation that
you're
I had.
asking this question
This
displays
this
inexperience.
this reminds me of a conversation that I had with somebody where he was talking a big game and then he talked about putting condoms in the crack of his bed in between the mattress and the box spring. And I was like, why don't you just put it in the drawer? Does that sound like something a guy with experience would do? He's going to take condoms and shove them in the crack of his bed. Like, isn't your nightstand just an arm's reach away? So anyway, go ahead and
Hang
continue and
on.
tell
So
me about
we'll
this.
talk about these two things. Why did he say he didn't put it in the nightstand?
It was just he was giving some advice on a forum, and he said
Yeah,
one of the
probably
ways
because
you
he
can
didn't
have
have
your
a
place.
nightstand.
He was like, one of the ways you can have your place logistically set up is you can put condoms
Yeah,
in the crack of your
I
mattress.
think
And I'm
it's
like,
fine. Yeah, the easy access. I think it's fine. Like I agree. Like I just have a
you don't
nightstand
think
and
that
all of
it's
it.
a little bit more like classy and like just put it in
The
your
best
nightstand,
place
bro?
to
It's
put it is on your penis.
All right, I just want to quickly get to the period thing. So if a girl has a period, again, I'm not going to be passive here. I'm going to find out. So if a girl's on a period, you're probably never going to be able to close unless like she tells you that and you deal with it. So if you just play slow and you just wait, you've probably never got this objection, is what I imagine. And if you do get it, it sounds like you've never dealt with it by your confusion around it. So what I do is, yeah, if there's like an odd reason, right? The girl's like, I just can't tonight. No, not really. And there's just something you're like, something's missing here. She's not really giving the reason, and she seems kind of into me. She seems down. It's probably a period. So sometimes I might actively just be like, "Oh, you're on your period," and the girl's like, "Yeah, how did you know?" Um, that's like one angle I would take. Other times, the girls just might be more open, like, "Hey, I'd love to come over, but just so you know, I'm on my period." Now, when you get this, as long as you're down for it, just show that you're not affected by it. I just would tell her like, "Yeah, look, it's not a problem. I don't really care." And she's like, really? I'm like, yeah, look, I got some red towels we can put down. We can go in the shower. It's fine. Like, it doesn't bother me. I'm a fucking man. Do you think I care about period? I don't fucking care. Sometimes I might even tell a girl, like, hey, by the way, it feels better for you, right? There's more lubrication. You're more horny. You have more hormones running through you. Like, the orgasms feel even better. So, yeah, like, when I hear fucking I'm on my period, it's like, I don't give a fuck. There's no real objection. Like, this is going to be completely fine. We're going to get through this. We're going to have sex. It's going to be cool. Now, again, if you're just passive, you're probably never going to get that objection. And then when you get it, you're probably never going to deal with it. So you seemed very confused when I talk about a period. Like, I think this demonstrates like your inexperience as opposed to mine. I'm curious like how that demonstrates my inexperience.
oh man. So I'm not going to get into a detailed conversation about period sex, but let me just clarify what you're saying here. So you will actually proactively try to find out if a girl is on her period. That's like a part of your system, part of your method is to get that information out.
Yeah, sometimes I switch that from 5 to 3. It depends on, yeah, I mean, if you're trying to deal with an
Fuck off.
objection and you, if you're trying to deal with an objection and a girl like, she just says, hey, I just can't, right? I would use curiosity to be like, oh, it's cool. How come? She's like, no, I just can't. I'd be like, okay, hey, like if you're not into this or whatever, it's completely fine. Like, don't worry about it. She's like, no, 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 I am into this. I just can't. And I'm like, oh, you got your period. And then she'll either say yes, or she'll be embarrassed about that and want to clear it up. And she'll be like, look, no, it's not my period, but, and she might give some other obscure thing. Now, again, usually if you just ask, girls will tell you, like, I got work tomorrow, my friends. If you get some weird thing, it might be like the rarest thing I've had is a girl said, like, look, I had an abortion like 2 weeks ago, like, I can't have sex, like, blah, blah. That she's not just going to come out and say, of course, like, you need to find that objection. So if she's being very obscure about something, usually she's period. Like, 20% of girls, when you're out, are probably on their period, right? So you could just ask, yeah.
So there's this dynamic in this saying, right? Like show don't tell. You've heard that before, right? Show don't tell. I think
Mhm.
when it comes to games, sometimes we do need to tell, right? Like the guys that are the show don't tell guys, like just be a high value man and she'll just know all your sub communication will be dialed in. All you have to do is level up your game, level up your lifestyle, level up your mindset. Women will automatically come to you. You don't need DHV stories. You don't need to talk about anything. Just, just be, right? Be, what's the saying? Be, do, tell, or something like that. I don't know. Either way, I do believe that there's a time to show and a time to tell. You just sound like you're very far on the tell side of the spectrum. You believe in just verbalizing all of this, getting it out quickly, getting it out early. And, you know, props to you, man. I mean, just if I'm ever getting the impression that a woman might be on her period, I'm probably not going to tell her about my red towels. So it's just, I'll leave it at that.
So what would you do? You just wait. You'd meet her next time.
Wait, let me just clarify that. I don't have red towels for that reason. If I'm getting the impression that a woman's on her period, I'm typically not going to hook up with her on night one. I will, uh, period sex with a stranger is typically not my preferred, uh,
Okay, that's
yeah,
fine.
I'm just going to stop. Let's
I'm
just
I'm
keep
just gonna come
going.
in here with some
Yeah.
stats, okay? I did some research. I just put this in the chat. So we did a poll on would you have sex with a woman who's on her period? 30% yes without condom, 37% yes with condom, and 33% no. It's a preference thing, but personally, I don't care. I'll do without if I'm
After
in a
after this
relationship.
after this conversation, I'll let everyone wonder what category I fall in there. So
I mean, you just told us no. You said you'd wait.
with a stranger,
Yeah. Well,
oof,
strange, the girl you met that night, but yeah.
I'm not going to get into to this. I'm not getting into it. So yeah,
Okay.
I'll just say this: I'm not unfamiliar with having sex with a girl having her period. That is not something that is foreign to me. It's just generally speaking, my style of game is not going to winch this out. If the girl's feeling uncomfortable,
The Red Sea has been explored.
this whole section right here is just not my jam for having a public conversation about this. So yeah.